Hey guys, Michael here. Today I have important information for those of you who receive SSI, Social Security Disability, Retirement, and Survivors benefits, as well as VA and Railroad Retirement benefits. I'm going to be breaking down a number of questions I've been getting in the comments down below with regards to Direct Express debit cards as well. So if you're a non-filer or you receive benefits and you have not yet received your stimulus check, well, this video is for you, so keep watching. Before we get started, it says that 95% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to my channel. So if you'd like to stay up to date on the news, on the stock market, on stimulus checks, well then please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when new videos come out. Anyways, let's jump right into it and let's get into the first question I've been getting asked, which is why does it say that I'm getting a check when I set up direct deposit? A lot of people are going into the Get My Payment tool, checking the status, and then saying that they're getting a check mailed to them, but they are supposed to get something via direct deposit or deposited onto their Direct Express debit card. So why is this? Well, the main reason that this would happen is, according to the IRS, they're going to try and deposit your money into your bank account. For any reason it's declined by the bank, or they have the wrong bank account information on file, well then it's going to get sent back to the IRS, and the IRS is just going to send out a check to you. So they're first going to try and do it via direct deposit, but for some reason, if it doesn't work, it's going to be sent as a check. But one thing you could do in order to get your payment faster and not have to wait for a check is you could go to the Get My Payment tool and input your bank account information. Because on the Get My Payment tool, as long as they have not already sent out your check, you can still put in your bank account information. If they've already sent it out, well then there's nothing you can do and you're gonna have to wait for that check. But just go on the Get My Payment tool, double check to make sure if they've already sent it out, and if they haven't, go ahead and put your bank account information in there. So next up is I've been getting a lot of questions about people who are trying to use the online tools, but it says, info you provided does not match what we have on file. Well, why is this? Whenever you're going to use the Get My Payment tool, make sure you have your actual tax returns, your actual information in front of you, because you may have inputted it a different way on your tax returns or any of your other forms that the IRS have. For example, when using your address, you may have put Avenue instead of AVE. I've been seeing this in the comments down below a lot. So if you have some abbreviations that you might normally use, you have to make sure to have the exact information in front of you so you know how you spelled it out. Because the way the system works is if one character is off, if one space, one period, one letter is off, it's not going to let you in. So you have to make sure that any abbreviations you might have used previously, you're using those again when you're trying to use the online tools. So next up is a lot of people are still receiving this status not available message, and it is really frustrating because you did everything you were supposed to do, but it's still saying status not available. So whether you're a non-filer, you receive benefits, it might say status not available for some of you if the IRS has not processed your information, if you use the non-filers tool, and if you receive benefits, the IRS is still working on reaching out to your government agencies in order to get your information and process that into the system. So whether you're a non-filer or receive benefits, it's just taking them a little longer to get your information because they have to do that extra step, and whether process your information from the non-filers tool or process your information from the other government agency. And I get that that's annoying, but there's really nothing else you can do. You just have to check the Get My Payment tool every 24 hours. Next up is an issue I've been seeing a lot, and some people have already received their stimulus checks, but they either received the wrong amount or they didn't receive their amount for their dependents. So there's going to be a couple options of things you can do. So 15 days after you are sent your stimulus check, the IRS is going to be mailing you a letter in the mail explaining your payment, so how much you got, where it was sent to. And then in this letter, it's going to describe how to report any errors if they sent you the wrong amount. So when you get this letter, it'll lay out all of the details for reporting an error if you got the wrong amount. So using this letter, you can report any mistakes that were made, and hopefully you'll be able to resolve any issues and get paid the right amount that you were supposed to get. Moving on, I want to talk about the Get My Payment tool. The IRS made a number of updates this past Friday and Saturday to the system, so it should be working a lot better. A lot of the errors were fixed. For example, if you normally input 0 for your tax refund or amount owed, it didn't work. But now they fixed that, that should be working. However, you have to remember that when using the Get My Payment tool, you only should check it once a day because they only update it once every 24 hours. So if you try and check it multiple times a day, you're just wasting your time because it's not going to update, and you may end up kicking yourself out of the system and blocking yourself from logging in again. So make sure to only check once every 24 hours so you don't block yourself out, and because they're not going to update it more than once every 24 hours. Moving on, let's talk about SSI and VA benefit recipients and when they're supposed to be receiving their stimulus checks. According to the IRS press release, these two groups of benefit recipients should expect to receive their stimulus checks in mid-May. They didn't give an exact date for either of these groups. They've just said mid-May. The good news though is if you have a dependent and you have SSI or VA benefit payments, well then you can still register your dependent until May 5th. This is good news because previously, if you hadn't registered your dependent by April 22nd, you were no longer able to do that. But they recently extended the deadline for people who have SSI or VA benefits and they have a dependent. You can go ahead, use the Non Filers tool and register your dependents so you can get that additional $500 check. Finally, let's talk about those of you who receive Social Security disability retirement survivors, as well as railroad retirement benefits. If you receive any of these benefits, you're going to be starting to receive your stimulus checks this week. I've seen a number of comments down below that these people have already started to receive their stimulus checks, which is great news. Not everyone will, but a number of these people have already started. So go ahead, check the Get My Payment tool, see if you already have a date for your deposit. And if you do, that's great. It'll probably say a date between April 28th to April 30th. But remember, if it doesn't work, don't worry. It doesn't mean you're not getting a stimulus check. It just means that the IRS hasn't yet processed your information. So once it is processed, you'll be able to go to the Get My Payment tool, and then we'll update with your information, giving you a deposit date. So don't worry about that. I know it's frustrating and I know they're slow, but it will get resolved eventually. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and took some value out of it. If you have any questions, please be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I try to answer as many as I can, but you guys are doing a great job of leaving comments down below, so it's just hard for me to answer every single one. With that being said, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you sign up for the Webull investing app, 1 free stock when you sign up for Robinhood. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.